So on this day, I decided we would put a surcingle on Stray. Of course, starting with a saddle pad. I have put a saddle pad on her before, but it had been a while. Just showing her the pad, letting her sniff it, introducing it to her. Q was curious, so I thought I would take advantage of that opportunity and show it to him. Stray was not thrilled about me turning my attention back to her and approaching her with the saddle pad. She decided to walk off. I didn't ask her to walk off. I just waited for her to decide to stop her feet and start engaging her brain. Once that happened, I was actually able to touch her with it and put it on her, and she stood still. What you can't see in these videos very well is the fact that she was holding her breath and her muscles were twitching. So I was doing some approach and retreat and changing sides. Once again, she decided she had to move her feet. I wasn't actually asking for that. Q isn't helping the situation by trying to corral her around and bite her. So I decided I would just swing that saddle pad around, see if I could deter him, do some desensitizing with both of them, and Stray decided she would turn and face me. But when I approached her shoulder with it, she walked off again and kept walking off, and then Q decided to harass her some more. Finally letting me touch her on her right side with the saddle pad, but you can see her posture and her ears. She is not thrilled about the situation. I probably said this in other videos, but I'll say it again. I'm not usually a huge giver of treats, but I'm just trying to find anything to motivate this mare to want to work, to want to try, to start to think that being with me is a good thing, and she is quite food motivated. So I do use treats to get her to just stop and breathe and chew and find something positive. So she's pretty good about moving off with the saddle pad on her. That's not so much a problem. She's not really afraid of things. She's afraid of people and what people do with the things. So the saddle pad on her back doesn't bother her. Me as a person holding the saddle pad and possibly touching her with the saddle pad is a problem. And you can see she just constantly turns to face me so she can keep track of what I'm doing and protect her body from me. So I'm just waiting, hoping she'll breathe, hoping she'll relax. But you can see with her ears and her posture, she is not relaxed. And she just continues to move away and not want me near her body. So one of my biggest challenges with this mare is that she likes to take the path of least resistance, and she will stop her feet and tolerate things, but she's not really mentally and emotionally accepting these things. She's just doing it because it's easier than fighting or having an argument, or worrying about punishment or whatever it is that's going through her head. I keep making things short, trying to find the reward, trying to get her to breathe, trying to get her to lick and chew, trying to get her to release some tension. So Q's back in the picture. So I pet him a little bit, mess with his nose a little bit, hoping to make him want to not find this very exciting. But he just finds this as an opportunity to harass his mom. So I have the Surcingle in my hand and I shake it at him. It has rings on it that make noise. He's not really afraid of any of it. It's kind of a game for him. I'm rubbing this all over her. It's jingling, making noise. I don't know why I was holding the pads in my hand. I think I realized that partway through that I was going to break this down into more steps than just touch her and then put it on. I think it's about here I'm realizing I just have way too much crap in my hands because I wanted to walk her forward with that on. She really isn't happy about this thing touching her rump. She was holding a lot of tension. You can see her ears were kind of back when I stepped away. I was kind of waiting for her to breathe and relax. Decided to walk away and put the crap down. Then I came back to do the other side, trying to deter Q still. Notice her posture and how she just freezes. She doesn't even put that other leg forward and she's not standing square. She just raises her head and makes her body a statue. So she's really not accepting what I'm doing. She's just coping the best she can emotionally with what I'm doing. So again, I'm just waiting, hoping she'll breathe, hoping she'll relax. She likes the treats. You can see she was looking for the treats, so I gave her another treat, gave her a moment to breathe. And you notice that she'll emotionally engage with me over the treats. So it's kind of lesser of two evils at this point with her and treats. And so far she's not rude about it. I'm back with the Surcingle, hold it up to her, she walks away. I'm not asking her to move. Then she kind of freezes again. I set it on her and I just want her to move with it, just like I did with the saddle blanket. Again, she's way less concerned about that than she is with me actually holding the Surcingle and waving it at her or touching her with it. She really doesn't care that it's on her back. She's more concerned that me as a person might do something with it. So always just a challenge because it's hard when you're trying to build a relationship with the horse and they're not afraid of any of the things that you use, but they're afraid of you and what you might do with those things. So at this point, I was feeling like she was kind of getting in my space when she would stop. That crowding me was kind of like a comfort thing for her, and I'm not sure if she was looking for the treats or she was just in my space, but I was trying to tell her, hey, when you stop your feet, don't crowd my space. And I get it that we're trying to build a relationship, but you've got to be respectful of my space. So now I've attached the girth to the Surcingle. I lie both of them over her back. I'm going to ease the girth down the other side just so I don't fling it over there. Plus, I don't want to fling it over there and have it hanging off the side that's the opposite of me, because if she jumps, I don't want her to jump on top of me. I gave her another treat, which I think was a little overkill there. So I cut out quite a bit of this, of putting it on her, taking it off, putting it on her from the other side, walking her around, just kind of doing overkill here. I'd rather take more time and prep than cut corners or go too fast and have an explosion. Especially with this mare, what I want her to do is feel calm and relaxed and not ruin her trust. So I pull the girth up, make it snug, and let it go. Then I'm going to repeat, give it a little pull, and let it go. You can see it looked like she was really okay with that, but then she stepped back and walked away from me, so she wasn't really okay with it, and she was holding her breath. So again, another treat. I'm hoping she'll breathe. I'm hoping she'll chew. I'm hoping she will kind of release some of this tension she has. So every opportunity to take it off and walk away is an opportunity for her to process and breathe and reset. If I really wanted to get her really relaxed with this, I could probably do this for weeks and not take the next step. But she's just one of those mares that I think it's going to take time, and I don't know that I have to wait to do the next step. I just think I need to repeat all of the steps in a sequence. And here I have to deter the baby again, which gives her an opportunity to turn around and follow me waving this thing around, and she looks way more relaxed about it than she did in the beginning. So we are making progress. She seems a lot less concerned right there. And this is a really good opportunity for the baby, because then he actually turns and looks and is quite interested in what's going on. So as much as it kind of annoys me that I have things I want to do and I've got to juggle both of them, it's just making this baby better and better. He's going to be exposed to all of this stuff and watch his mom do all of this stuff before it's ever presented to him as a 2 to 3 year old, when I first will probably put a surcingle on him. So you can see from Stray's body language, she's way less bugged about this than she was before. So again, it's important that I lie that surcingle and girth up there nicely, take it down on this side, not throw it over there and spook her and have her possibly jump on me. Not that I don't want her desensitized, but I don't want to startle her and I don't want to get hurt. I'm rubbing her under her girth area to tell her it's coming. And then I'm just putting it on lightly so it doesn't spin or want to come off. After a rub, I put it up another hole because I thought it might want to spin if she ran off and I moved her. Then another treat. I'm just waiting for her to breathe a moment before I move her off. And here you can see her first reaction is she wants to come over on top of me and in my space. So she is really relaxed about this, doesn't bother her at all. Sometimes the change of direction will get them because they turn their body in a way that the girth feels tighter, but didn't bother her. Once she had moved a little bit, it was time to tighten the girth again. Getting her used to it a little tighter, also making sure that nothing would move out of place. Again, I noticed she was holding her breath, so I gave her a treat. Notice how quickly she moves her head away once she takes the treat. And then we're going to send her off again with the tighter girth. So again, she just isn't bothered by any of that. She is perfectly content to wear the equipment and walk around. So I send her off in a little trot. Still, she's not bothered. She does want to come in and stop. Kind of concerns me. She always wants to stop. I'd rather a horse want to go forward than stop. It's always the ones that aren't forward that will tend to buck or rear or be nappy. The ones that go forward, you just got to kind of contain that forward energy. So I love that she's being calm, but always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking what she's going to be like to ride, and if she's not forward to ride, it's a little concerning to me. So that was really quiet and calm, and I was really happy with that. It seemed like a good place to end for the day, and that was kind of all the time I had. I did decide to let her loose a little bit. She was so quiet on the lead. I wanted to have the opportunity to make sure that if she had some pent-up emotional energy about wearing a girth and a surcingle, that she had an opportunity to let it out. She still didn't really go anywhere or show any enthusiasm, but she also looks really calm.